Where was the ring? I stared at the open box. I'd proposed, Alice turned me down, I got drunk. I remember that much. Very drunk, unusually drunk. Did she take the ring? After checking all my pockets and every place else I could think of, I called her. No, she didn't have it. I could tell she thought I was using the missing ring as an excuse. My proposal had been a Hail Mary pass, and the call probably struck Alice as a pathetic ploy to keep the conversation going. I hung up. It was a $17,000 ring. I was doing okay, but 17 grand was a third of my savings. I called the steakhouse where I'd popped the question. No, they hadn't found the ring. Had I taken a cab home? I had. I remembered saying goodnight to somebody in a cab, a woman, getting out, and then the cab took off with the woman still in it. I couldn't remember what the woman looked like. Just that she had hoop earrings. My phone lit up. Unknown caller. I answered. It was her, the woman from the cab. She had my card. Her name was Angela. She asked how I was feeling. I was honest. She laughed. She had a good laugh, big, relaxed. Do you remember everything, she asked? I told her I didn't remember anything. That set her back, I could tell. Her voice dropped an octave. Are you serious? A big pause opened up. After a while, I managed to ask after the ring. Had she seen it? She didn't say anything. Finally, I blurted out, all I remember is you were wearing hoop earrings. That's it? A little quake had come into her voice. My mind raced. I felt a huge wave of guilt. What had I done? Was she crying? Had I slept with her? And then I suddenly realized I was desperate to go to the bathroom. And I asked if I could call her back in 10 minutes. She said sure and hung up. I ran to the bathroom, did my business, and realized I couldn't call her back. Didn't have her number. Unknown caller. 10 minutes came and went. She didn't call. It looked like she had my ring, and that was that. Had I slept with her? I couldn't imagine it. I started to vaguely remember a second place I'd gone, and Irish whiskeys. A wave of nausea seized me and then passed. I had to eat. I went out of the house, holding my phone in my hand in case she called. In the deli, I got an egg sandwich and coffee. When I got back to my building, a woman was waiting outside. It had to be her. She was beautiful. I mean, she took my breath away. How could I possibly have forgotten this woman? Her hair was thick and dark, and it had a couple of locks askew. She looked at me like I was incomprehensible, a maniac, an impossibility. And I felt that way because here was the woman of my dreams, beyond my dreams. But I didn't recognize her at all. And she had the ring. As soon as I was within reach, she handed it to me. I thanked her and took a bite of the sandwich to soothe my stomach. Maybe that seemed cold to her. It's hard to say. Something wasn't sitting well with her already, and me taking a bite of that sandwich cinched the deal. She started to go. I caught her hand and said, wait, why not come upstairs for a minute? But she just shook her head. She took her hand back and walked away fast. My mind wasn't working too well, and I didn't totally understand that she was disappearing until it was too late and she was gone. That night, the phone rang. Unknown caller. I was asleep. By the time I got to the phone and tore it from the charger, the ringing had stopped. There was no message. I never heard from her again. She was my other life. You ever have one of those? I sold the ring for half what I paid. I thought about keeping it against the day I found somebody else to marry, but it didn't seem right. It's been 3 years. I keep my phone by the bed now, but I know she'll never call. I had my chance. I just didn't know it.